Hello, and welcome back to the Ambassadors of Gaming. I'm one in your army of hosts, Ambassador Michael, and today I will be narrating for Darrell his thoughts on Final Fantasy VII. So let's just get right into what he has to say. Finally, the world has the chance to experience the full remake for one of the most loved games ever created in the Final Fantasy VII Remake. The demo section we previously looked at remains pretty much the same as it was about a month ago. As we know, this isn't the full remake, but just the Midgar section, which is the first part of what we expect to be a few releases. How many, we are unsure of. But it is still a hefty full game in length. Story-wise, returning players will know a lot of the story, but to summarize the plot, you take control of an ex-soldier turned mercenary called Cloud Strife, who helps the group Avalanche take on Shinra, a massive corporation who are mining the Mako, the liquid form of the planet's life stream, to be used as an energy source. Visually, let's have a look. They put a great deal of effort on the graphics side, as well as character models are detailed to extremely high levels, and movement is very natural as well. Hair can blow in a breeze, and transitions from walking to running are smooth. Maybe a couple of times an NPC could have more detail present, or some odd lower quality textures, but I'm not going to complain. At 20 seconds, say, of a lesser detailed character I may not see again, or a stretch of a wall I may only revisit on another playthrough. And you don't really notice them that much, but when you see the attention to detail and care put in character designs for Cloud, Tifa, and Aerith, for example, you wonder why lesser seen areas or characters can have a discrepancy. Maybe it's due to the PlayStation 4's hardware. I'm running though on the PlayStation 4 Pro, being pushed to limit, or it's shortcuts made to get the game finished quicker. Either way, for me it's a rare occurrence and not an issue, but when next gen hits, and due to the timed exclusive period this will be on Xbox Series X if there's an Xbox release, we will see any changes here. Barring this, the textures both in cutscenes and in gameplay are of extremely high standard, and we have some impressive lighting as well, especially in the first reactor section, which is also in the demo portion. One example I could use was at the start of the game while standing on the platform. If you have Cloud standing with his back facing where you first get off the train looking towards the light, pan the camera around and look behind Cloud. The shadow is stretched realistically to reflect lighting on the platform. Something so small, so meticulously included, gives an overall feel of how high the attention to detail can be, and in turn gives an impressive, realistic feel to the visual representation of the remake's expanded world, and makes it more immersive. The in-game soundtrack and audio effects complement the visuals brightly, as both are created to the same high standard as the visual presentation. One section I could have stood and enjoyed the surrounding area and listened to the musical score in background quite happily, as it really blended effortlessly onto the on-screen action. Final Fantasy VII 2020 is a remake of one of the most beloved games of all time, so how does it play? Well, after playing through the entire demo and playing several hours as someone new to the game, I at least have some idea of the mechanics. We all know, even if you don't play the original turn-based aspect, is getting kind of replaced with a more real-time action-based RPG feel, but with some tactical elements with a revamped battle system. This is also the mode I've been using to play this with, but you can choose not to have this, as we have a classic mode available, which may be more familiar to returning players. Now you can switch from two attack modes, the second being a more powerful but slower Punisher, the other being Cloud's standard operator mode. Both easy to switch between, and it's also easy to activate summons when available, and spells and abilities. When multiple characters are in the party, switching between members can be done with relative ease. This more action-based playstyle may be more familiar to fans of Final Fantasy XV. Overall, I am extremely impressed. On the whole, we have a polished product which has had a troubled development, and maybe some of the very rare visual issues are resulting of that. It is very fun to play, and all the gameplay elements are easy to use. Visually, it is at its best one of the most impressive there is, and story-wise, they've taken out one of the most iconic story-based games and filled in the gaps and fleshed it out. It's extremely hard to put down, and I'm loving every moment of this game, and see it being one that can be returned to time and time again. This is also likely to be one of the biggest games to launch, as this is around 10 to 15% of the 1997 release. Would I still recommend this game? Yes, I would. No hesitation. When we saw the first proper reveal and then the first gameplay, I was in the nope, not buying camp. But I pre-ordered an after later footage and kept it after the demo. It is really worth buying. It could even be a game of the generation, or maybe even a game of the decade, even if it takes a decade to launch every other part. And there you have it, folks. Darrell has spoken. Final Fantasy VII Remake, not really a surprise to many that it is very good, given that they stuck with a lot of the original core aspects of it. Though, as a Kingdom Hearts fan, seeing Nomura attached to it did make me worried. So it is great to know that they didn't completely screw it up, just like they did Kingdom Hearts 3. Anyways, I'll leave you all with the screenshot bonus round. Thank you for your time today. And of course, let us know if you're playing Final Fantasy VII, what you think about it, how you're feeling about it, anything like that. Until next time, friends, I'm Ambassador Michael. These have been Darrell's Thoughts. Goodbye.